Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Big box retailers, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a bill in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. Senate Bill 1838 would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, visit handsoffmyrewards.com and tell them to oppose credit card routing legislation paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me, too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Naloxone saves lives. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
This is the smell of a warm 3-day-old egg salad sandwich in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech. And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag with new Fabuloso lemon scent.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Smell the difference? When life gives you stinky, get Hefty Ultra Strong with new Fabuloso lemon scent. It smells like clean, freshly picked lemons. So no matter what's inside your trash, you can stop the stink and smell the lemon.
Hello and welcome to the Paddock and The Pavilion with Stephen Wallace. In each show, Stephen will interview someone connected to the world of horse racing or cricket.
Hello everyone. The Paddock and The Pavilion is a keen supporter of FairBreak, whose mission is to progress gender equality on a truly global scale, using cricket as their primary vehicle. The FairBreak XI recently toured Australia, where they played 3 matches, 2 T20s and 1 50-over match against the ACT Meteors. I caught up with 4 FairBreakers who played in Canberra: Mariko Hill from Hong Kong, Winnie Duraisingam from Malaysia, Esha Oza from the UAE, and Ariana Dowse from England, to find out how delighted they were to be back playing for the FairBreak XI. Hello, Mariko. Welcome back to the Paddock and the Pavilion. Great to see you again.
Yeah, pleasure to be here again.
What was it like to be back playing for FairBreak?
I mean, I think always putting that FairBreak shirt on is a complete honour, and meeting new people, new faces in a different country, all of that in combination with playing some really good cricket was just another incredible experience.
And how proud of you were you to be captain of so many nations?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was a bit of a surprise when I saw my name with the captaincy on the side of it. But again, a huge privilege, and being part of the whole FairBreak setup for almost five years now, I feel like I've learned sort of what the values are about with FairBreak, and I really wanted to just inspire and lead a whole new team, and hopefully they sort of pass it down to their respective associate countries.
That must be one of the joys of FairBreak, playing with so many different nationalities.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we had people from Kuwait, Afghanistan, UAE, all these different places, and learning their cultures is always something that I'm a huge advocate of, and I'm a very sort of well-traveled person, and every time I go to a new country, I love just immersing myself in that culture and learning everyone's stories of how they started playing cricket along with where they are now. It's just really inspiring.
Yeah, you mentioned Afghanistan, Tuba Khan. That must have been a pleasure playing with her.
Oh my God, don't even get me started. Yeah, Tuba, what a character. On day one, she completely welcomed us with open arms. I mean, she herself lives in Canberra. I was kind of mentioning to you before the podcast started, but the fact that the women all bond together since day one, but Tuba was the one that really enabled that. She kind of invited all of us around for Afghani tea at her house. And we as a squad walked down the road and all just ended up at her house drinking tea.
And playing in such a major cricketing nation as Australia.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Australia is probably one of my favourite countries to ever go to. I would love to live there one day. It just has everything under the sun, quite literally. But when it comes to cricket itself, it's just so rich in its culture, and they're just another level when it comes to performance.
How many of the players had played in Australia before?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I'd say a fair few, to be fair, because the Papua New Guinea and the Vanuatuans, if that's how you pronounce it, but they often go to Adelaide to play cricket.
But some really tough cricket against the ACT Meteors. They had some very good players, and the international experience, WBBL winner as well.
Yeah. Again, it comes down to just Australia being at the forefront of cricket, and you can tell that they've just really developed a whole breed of talented cricketers. And bowling against Katie Mack or facing Holly Furling, like, you get big names in the game that you've seen before. And obviously ACT are a very, very good state team, and it's probably the strongest team that we've played to date as a FairBreak XI.
So results not as important as the learning experience of playing against such high quality players.
Absolutely. I mean, we're composed of a very competitive bunch, but at the end of the day, they play the better game of cricket. T20s, anything can happen. And obviously with the 50 over, it was really new to a lot of us. I think almost 8 of us haven't played a 50 over game in the last 5 years. So, obviously when it comes to experience, we didn't have that under the belt, but you can just see from the sheer caliber of how good ACT were, the disparity. But at the same time, losing doesn't mean it's all gone to failure. Like, we've learned so much from the game, just simply from tactics and how we approach the game to the areas we should bowl at in a different continent. So, we had a lot of learnings from that whole tournament.
Winnie, what was it like back playing with the FairBreak shirt on?
It was something different for me, because playing with the FairBreak shirt with your flag at the back, it was something unique, which we never thought I would be at that position, representing my country, wearing the country flag on your shirt. And it's something really special to me.
Yes, because you'd played in FairBreak Invitational in Dubai, but you hadn't actually played for the FairBreak 11 before.
Yeah, first time playing in the FairBreak 11 in Canberra recently. It was something very special to get picked to play in the FairBreak 11, which I said earlier, which I never expected I would have got the chance. And when I got the opportunity, I just grabbed it and did what I could do. Yeah.
It means a lot to have the Malaysian flag on the back of your shirt.
Yeah, it means so much to me, because representing your country is something, a really big pride for me, to play for my country in a league like this. So, and many people start to know me more after I started playing in the FairBreak. So I hope it continues and more other girls in this country pick up the game.
Just talking about the Canberra Games tour, you played some very tough cricket.
Yeah, it was a tough opponent, but even I played just one game with the team because I went a bit late due to work. So even that one game, I learned so much from that game. So this is a really good opportunity for me to get to play in levels like this with different level players and learning from how they play and bring back to my country and share to my teammates and all. So it was a really good opportunity from me, and I would like to say thank you to FairBreak for giving me this opportunity.
What was it like playing under Mariko?
Oh, it was my first time playing under her. It was really calm and cool and enjoyable moment. Normally we play against each other, but this time I'm playing under her control. So it was something really, and she gave me the responsibility to open the bowling. Even I just arrived for the last game, and yeah, it was really good play under her.
I mean, it was a great experience for me just to, first of all, to step on the Manuka Oval, and even like both the grounds we played on, the Phillip and Manuka, they were such brilliant grounds. And then when we went out there on the field with we had people from all different countries. We were out there as one team playing against the ACT Meteors, and they were such a good side as well. Although we didn't win the games, I mean, just experiencing, just being out there in and against them, that was a great experience.
How different is it playing for FairBreak than when you're playing for the UAE?
Oh, it's completely different. The first thing, when I play for UAE, I know each and every player. But when I went there to Australia, everybody was new, including my roommate, JB. Even I never met her before. That was the first time I actually met her. So when you're going somewhere, you're going to a country you've never gone before. You're going to play with people you've never met before. Maybe I knew a couple of players, but all the rest of them, I was meeting them for the first time. And I mean, I enjoyed it. You don't get to experience such things when you play for your country because you've always trained together. You know what everybody likes. You know what to talk about. But when you go there, it's completely different.
And have you a sense when you're playing for FairBreak that you're also promoting associate cricket as a UAE player?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just stepping on the field with the UAE flag at the back of my jersey. I mean, I'm representing a country there. I'm a player from the UAE playing for a global team. So yeah, it's a feeling of pride, and I'm happy that slow and steady through FairBreak, different countries are getting this recognition. I mean, if not for FairBreak, I wouldn't have ever been to Australia yet, maybe.
I guess that's the magic of FairBreak. It's spreading where you can play as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Australia is one of the best places to go and play cricket. I mean, everybody growing up would want to go and play there. And I mean, yeah, thanks to the Canberra games, I was able to do that.
You felt you learned a lot as well playing in Australia?
Yes, definitely. I learned a lot mainly from our players. That's the first thing. We had so many experienced players. We had people who had actually played in Australia before. So Maria Momar, she's playing a bit of domestic cricket there, as well as Selena, Rachel. They're playing cricket there. We had Ari who's playing in Perth. So I got to know about how different places in Australia have different kind of pitches and stuff. And I got to learn a lot from other players as well, like Carrie Tomlinson. She is a great person, and I got to learn a lot more about how to go forward with the game and just how to be in the game all the time.
And you came up against some high quality players with WBBL experience and also international experience.
Yeah, I think in the first game we played against the ACT Meteors, I think we got hit around the park. But I mean, it's good when it happens sometimes because you're learning out of that as well. When you're standing on the field and you're watching someone do that, you can learn so much out of that as well. I just bowled to Katie Mack. She moves back so fast. She goes and hits me to square. I can see that, she has so much time to do that. There's so much to learn out of just watching them do their stuff on the field as well.
And as you mentioned before, the ground you played on, the Manuka Oval, was an international ground, hosted the last England-Australia Test match back in early 2022.
Yeah, I mean, the first day we went on the ground for training, we were just walking towards the field, and then we just stopped and we were just looking around, just looking at the ground, the stadium. It's a different feeling. You don't get such grounds in UAE as well. So,
how did you do personally?
I mean, I wouldn't say I did my best. I mean, but for me, it was more about the learnings. I think I enjoyed bowling more than I contributed with the bat because it was the first time I actually bowled 10 overs in a game. I've never bowled 10 overs in a game before, and in UAE we don't play 50-over games. It's all T20s. So I was playing a 50-over game after a very long time. I've played a few in India, but I haven't played any after that. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I mean, playing different formats. We played 50 overs and T20 cricket. So that was also something really different. I got to learn how to actually how to pace your innings and stuff. Like when you just watch them go about their game, you can learn about that as well.
You did get a wicket in your first over in that first game, though.
Yeah, I got 2 wickets in the first game, I think. And that was good. But I mean, we didn't end up on the winning side, which was not that great. But I mean, I did enjoy bowling.
What was it like to be back with the FairBreak group in the Canberra games with your flag back on your shirt?
It was lovely, to be honest. I've obviously been away in Australia, Perth, since October, so it was almost like coming back to a second family, seeing Elle at the airport come and give me a big hug and welcome, and then seeing my roomie who was on the previous tour and chatting with Mariko, and then meeting new friends and obviously becoming a second family out there again. It was really nice to come and see everyone again, kind of thing.
You've had a really good mix of players. I think there's 10 or 11 different nationalities.
Yes, we had many different women from many different backgrounds, and it was a really amazing mix of women, to be honest. You had some parents who were from Papua New Guinea, and they just were just chatting with the girls as always and getting involved. And then you had Tuva from Afghanistan, and obviously you also had Winnie, who's on the front cover of FairBreak, and there were so many different people there with so many different backgrounds, and it was just amazing to be a part of such an experience.
Yeah, is that the magic of FairBreak, playing with all these different nationalities? And again, I mention it with, your national flag on the back of your shirt.
Yeah, it's a chance that not many people get. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity FairBreak provide.
And going to Australia, I know you were there anyway, but promoting associate cricket in Australia, that must have been big as well.
Definitely. I feel like it was something that coming over here wasn't really that big, so, as I'd say. Obviously, you hear of other nations playing and you see about it online, but you don't actually talk about it, kind of thing. And then to be in a situation where you can openly have conversations with those players and have it on a large platform where we're promoting it, it just felt really inspiring. And that's the whole point of FairBreak. It's just to create this environment and platform where it is to promote them, and it is to encourage women and girls to start playing cricket and realise that women can do it as well, kind of thing, which is really nice.
And you were playing against some real tough opposition with the ACT Meteors.
Yes. Yeah, they were a very strong competition for us. We did put in, it was a very good competition, I'd say. And I think many of the girls could see how they went about their business as a squad, and us only just meeting each other and coming together for one training session before, and a couple even arriving after that. It was hard to understand and learn everyone's skills, abilities, their preferences, and come together on a cricket pitch against a team that's been doing that for years. So it just shows. But I think the girls didn't shy away. They competed, and they were also chatting with the oppositions, and the ACT women chatted with us about their experience. They shared their knowledge, and that's all about FairBreak, to be honest. So it was very, very good. I'm going to say the vibe was very good.
Yeah, they had some international players. Holly Furling had played test matches for Australia, and Katie Mack and others had played a lot of WBBL matches.
Yeah, that was something that they could share with the girls, really. I mean, we did have Ellie Johnson come across to replace someone that couldn't make it. And so we actually had a couple of the WBBL girls as well, kind of thing, on our side. And it was just good environment to have them around and help even the playing field a little bit, kind of thing.
And the ground you played at, the Manuka Oval, had a test match there and international cricket.
Yeah, you could tell that it was a very, very lovely ground, and that it had that ability to provide for a test match and international matches. And technically this was an international match with so many different nationalities on one side. It was pretty exceptional for the girls to be playing there, and they all enjoyed going around the ground. I think we had a training session there, and we walked out onto the outfield, and all the girls were like, wow, it's so smooth, it's like carpet. And they started rolling around on the grass, and we created a big FB for FairBreak before we started training, and the girls were just loving it, and we were all having a laugh at the same time, which was really nice. But they really like appreciated the good facilities that were provided for FairBreak and the ACT matches.
An outfield even better than Wormsley?
Believe it or not, yes. It's very hard to beat good old Wormsley back in England, but I have to say this was carpet. Honestly, it was beautiful, and I was rolling around there as well, so it was lovely.
And how did you do personally?
I did okay. I went in with a fractured finger, so I knew I was going to give it all to the team that I could, kind of thing. And I helped at the top of the order a little bit. I did some keeping, and I think I just mainly just brought energy and some experience to the girls, and we just chatted about our different backgrounds, and it was just lovely to just be around a part of that group and just share knowledge and share stories, kind of thing, rather than anything else. So yeah.
You did get a stumping in the, I think, second over of the first match.
Yeah, of Esha's bowling, and that was, I think, a breakthrough because we hadn't had a wicket yet, and that was the first one of the tour, so that was a very exciting moment. I was appealing and he didn't give it out straight away. I was like, come on, she lift her foot up, and then everyone went crazy after it. It was just so nice. It was a really thrilling moment, like we were in the game kind of thing from then. So yeah.
Next up, the highlights of the Canberra games from our FairBreakers.
Yeah, well, I kind of mentioned the whole tuba tea. That became like a whole trend in a way. I think for me, it's always just bonding with the team and doing some activities. But whether it was going to Tuba's house, to sort of the gala that we had on the last night, it was ACT's 100th gala, and we were in the National Museum in Canberra amongst all the other great players, along with ex-Australians and the whole ACT team. And it was just an incredible atmosphere to be there, and humble to all of us to be invited.
Have you got a tour highlight?
I have to say there was a gala that we joined, the ACT 100th gala, and that was just a lovely night of socialising with the girls, hearing the amazing things that the opposition were achieving in their regards to women's and men's cricket. And it was just a nice night again, just to like join as a group and really share stories and have fun. And it was just one of those FairBreak moments where you're like, yes, this is FairBreak. It's all about us coming together on and off the pitch. And this was an off the pitch moment, which was lovely.
My tour highlight would be, I would say, the first day when we all just met together and the way we gelled so nicely. I mean, it was the first time we were meeting each other. So I would say that was a major highlight. I didn't think I would get so close, or I would even just bond with people from different countries who I've never met before, but just the way everybody was so open and welcoming. I mean, that was one thing I loved the most about the tour.
Yes, I loved your quote that I saw on Facebook, and I'm going to read it out now. I've learned so much more about different cultures, different values. None of this can be taught. It can only be experienced.
Yes, I mean, yeah, you go to school, you learn, you have geography in school, they'll teach you about different countries, but that's all. Okay, you know what the names of the countries are. But once you go to the country, you're going to learn so much about it. Once you meet people from that country, you're going to learn so much about it. So none of this can be taught. Like even at school, they can't tell you, oh, this is how people are from this country. When you go there, when you mingle with them, when you actually talk to them, that's when you'll actually know that, yes, this is how different countries are. Like I got to know so much more about Vanuatu, PNG. Like I wouldn't have ever heard about cricketers from that country, but thanks to FairBreak, I even heard about the country and even that they play cricket there.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Big box retailers, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a bill in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. Senate Bill 1838 would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, visit handsoffmyrewards.com and tell them to oppose credit card routing legislation paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
The 2023 FairBreak Invitational Tournament is now less than a month away, and the quartet are all due to play in the global tournament. Ariana has now been selected for the Tornadoes team, but at the time of recording, this had not been announced. 90 players, 36 nations, 6 teams playing 20 games between the 3rd and the 16th of April. Not long now until FairBreak Invitational 2023, April the 3rd till April the 16th. Tickets are even on sale now. How much are you looking forward to, especially playing in Hong Kong?
I am absolutely buzzing. I mean, I've already posted sort of the ticket sale article that was posted on the SCMP on my Instagram, and I've got so many like DMs and messages from friends and family asking when I'm playing because they all want to go and watch. Not only that, but just even people that I don't really know have been asking when I'm playing and when the tournament is, just so they can come and buy a ticket. But yeah, just being played at my home grounds. I want to say home ground, but at home in Hong Kong, at a beautiful grounds, and something that's really, really unique of an experience when it comes to the stands being really close to you in the centre. It's going to be a never been done before sort of tournament for a T20.
Are you counting down the days?
Oh, yes, I definitely am. Less than 6 weeks to go. And yeah, I just can't wait to see everyone again. And I mean, Hong Kong, a new country again. Like FairBreak is such a great thing. Like this is the 3rd country I'm going to go to, all thanks to FairBreak. And yeah, I'm just counting down days, looking forward to it. Can't wait.
And you're going to be playing for the Warriors team, which includes Hayley Matthews, the West Indies captain, who's been performing well in the World Cup, and also Mignon de Pries as well from South Africa.
Yes. I mean, yeah, we were, even the last tournament that happened in Dubai, we were in the same teams. And I mean, just going and getting to see them again and just going out on the field with them again, I'm super excited about that. And yeah, I just can't wait. I mean, 6 weeks seem too long right now.
And you're playing in the FairBreak Invitational 2023 in Hong Kong. How much are you looking forward to playing again for the Tornadoes? And you're going to be playing with Dani van Niekerk and Stefanie Taylor, just to name a few.
Yeah, I'm really great honor to get another chance to play in the FairBreak 2023 in Hong Kong and playing under these big players, which we never thought we'll get chance to play, but this is a really good opportunity for like us associate countries to be playing this tournament. And yeah, I hope to learn a lot from them and bring back.
Do you get very nervous playing with these star names, or do they make you very relaxed?
At the first, when I was in Dubai 2022, I was really nervous because playing against big names from other teams, and you think like you're gonna bowl to like Diendra Dottin and all the ones who hit the ball like really hard. But once I got the ball, my teammates just kept me calm. They supported me, and what they wanted me to do, I did for them. So yeah, at day by day, I was getting more calm, and only the first game, maybe I was a bit nervous, but towards the end, I was getting more relaxed and calm because I know I've got the support from everyone and the coaches and all. So,
and this year you've got crowds in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I think this ticket has been started to be sold now. So it will be, I hope that more big crowds, and because I never, like the last big crowd which I played in was like in the Asia Cup, So this will be something different to see in Hong Kong because I haven't been to Hong Kong also. So it's a really good chance and good opportunity to get to see more crowds from Hong Kong coming and watching cricket and supporting us.
Karen Motica, the author of FairBreak the book, will be joining us in our next podcast to talk about her inspiring new book. Opening up about the FairBreak book, it had to be Winnie, who is on the front cover after her Player of the Match award at last year's FairBreak Invitational event. Your photo is on the front cover of the FairBreak book.
Yeah, it's something really proud to say that I never imagined I'll be in any book cover, and this was a really good opportunity which I got and which I was waiting for a long time, and my goal I've achieved.
Have you read the book yet?
Yeah, I'm reading it now, halfway. So slowly, each day and another chapter, each day one chapter. So, yeah.
Have you got to the piece in the book about Winnie's watch yet?
Yeah, that was the one Katie Martin wrote about it, saying that I won the Apple Watch and they were rooting for me. Watch for Winnie every second in the game. And in that over, which I got all the wickets, every single ball they were going, watch for Winnie. So that was something like, I was really happy, and I don't think I got that much big smile on my face ever, but at that point I did.
I've got to ask you about FairBreak, the book. Have you read the book and what did you think of it?
Yeah, I think I was probably one of the first ones to buy it from Amazon. And I'm not normally a big reader, if I'm honest. That's one of my goals this year, to read every month. But this book I read in a week. I picked it up, and what's amazing about the book, it's such a coffee table book where you can pick it up, look at any chapter and start from there, and you don't have to read it in a particular order. You know, every chapter is of a different perspective, whether it's Jeff to Venkat, or a player perhaps, or Alex Blackwell. They've got their own views on what FairBreak is and how it inspired them or changed their lives. So I think it was really, really eye-opening for me personally to see how the whole movement came to fruition from day one. And it was, back in the days, almost a decade ago, of the WNCL and how Sean and Lisa Taleka started it. And then obviously a lot of things were happening in the background, and we as players don't know that. You know, FairBreak are doing really well when it comes to just working really hard without even having to say how much they've got to grind through the process of sponsorships and, you know, getting certain associations to approve, all these kind of challenges that come about, but they seem to overcome it every time. And, you know, it just showcases how big of a movement this is and how big it will come in future too.
I agree with you about being a coffee table book, because I must admit I haven't read all the book, but I've picked up and read certain passages, and the bit that Jeff covered really hit me, and it really captured what FairBreak's all about, and the time, people taking time off in busy jobs, taking holidays to play for the FairBreak team.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's women's sport currently, unfortunately, where women do have to work in tandem with playing professional sport. But, you know, I think slowly as we chip away with this movement, hopefully that does sort of becomes the past, where we can really fully rely on being full-time sportswomen and, exactly that.
One thing that did happen on the tour of Australia was the release of the FairBreak book. Have you had a chance to read it yourself yet?
Yes, I have. I mean, we were there for the book launch as well, and that was such a great moment as well. And yeah, I have the book myself, and that's something, I mean, it has notes from different people who've contributed to this cause, and it just tells the story of how FairBreak began. And whoever reads this, I mean, it's a must read for female cricketers. I mean, all cricketers, but definitely female cricketers, and especially those from associate countries, because that's how you're going to know what FairBreak is doing for the associates. Nobody else has done that yet. And I don't think anybody's going to come even close to what they're doing. And yeah, so it's a must read.
Oh, I agree. So I think it's a must read for any cricket fan, because it's showing you what, and the development in particular of women's cricket and associate cricket all around the world.
Yeah, definitely. What Sean Martin has done for women's cricket, I mean, he's such a gentle, like, you can't make out he's such a big man when you go meet him. He's such a gentle, generous guy, and through the book you'll understand what kind of person he is. He's a gem of a person.
I'm going to be speaking to Karen later in this podcast. You've mentioned the player who's on the front cover of the FairBreak book. Have you read the book yourself yet?
I have started. I'm a very slow reader, but whilst we were away in Canberra, it was the FairBreak book launch, and we were lucky enough as players to be present whilst Sean and the team presented the book to the public, kind of thing. And I was so inspired. I picked one up before I left and started reading it at the beach, started reading it on the plane, kind of thing. And it's a really inspiring way to like understand how FairBreak has started, how their mission, what they've achieved so far. And it's just so far, I'm really enjoying the book.
You mentioned, I think, Win, isn't it, who's on the front cover? She must be delighted to be on that front cover.
Yeah, Winnie. When we were at the book launch, one of the girls said, "Quick, Winnie, pose like you are on the book cover. I'm going to hold up and take a photo." And that pic got snapped, and she was all over it, kind of thing, and she loved it. But yeah, she was definitely, I think, very proud to be on the front cover, kind of thing. And I think on social media, all her home country was posting it, and all her teammates were like "Go Winnie" kind of thing. And even we were like, "Yes, Winnie" kind of thing. It was a very nice moment, I think, for everyone.
Here's a short clip from our next FairBreak podcast with Karen.
I chose that photograph not knowing that story. Okay, so I had flicked through a selection of photos that had been taken in Dubai, and I spotted that picture of Winnie, and I cropped it out of a larger team photograph of when she got that player of the match. And I was just captivated by the joyfulness of it. And I felt that she was the perfect poster girl for everything that FairBreak is doing to showcase the unseen talent of female cricketers from associate nations.
In our last FairBreak podcast, we found out that Mariko prefers third wave coffee.
That is true. I call it third wave coffee, and I thought that was a standard word or terminology that you use for good coffees. And I lived in Australia for a bit, but no one knew what that meant. I was like, what? I have to take you. And I think once you play cricket, you are definitely in the coffee culture. So a lot of our rest days were hopping around, exploring the city, but finding the best coffees.
But did she find any in Canberra? Ariana takes up the story before you hear from Mariko. So Ariana, did Mariko find any third wave coffee in Canberra?
Well, it is Australia, so she definitely did. She went around and found lots of coffee shops, dragged a few of us to them, but she did find her third wave coffee, so she was very happy.
Did you find plenty of third wave coffee?
Absolutely. I mean, every day, every morning, I went to a third wave coffee shop. It was incredible. It was down the road in Australia. They're known for third wave coffees. And, you know, something that I'm really gutted about is that in Australia, coffee shops close at 3 or 4 p.m. So after the game, you know, I'm normally to my teammates, should we go for a coffee? And all the Aussies go, where? Because they're all closed. So I was really sad that I couldn't get my second one of the day. So, but yeah, I had plenty of coffees throughout my tournament and time in Australia.
I presume there'll be plenty in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a bit harder to find, just because I think in Australia you need to have a barista license to actually be behind the machines and making coffee for you. But I mean, Hong Kong, there are probably more Starbucks than third wave coffees, but they're still there. I know the spots.
I hope you enjoyed our FairBreak tour of Australia with Ariana, Esha, Mariko and Winnie. Look out for our next podcast with Karen Motica, who will reveal the full story behind FairBreak the book.
Thank you for listening to the Paddock and the Pavilion.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at the Pad and Pav. Don't forget, if you like the show, please do leave us a rating and review.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me, too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Naloxone saves lives. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop overdose.